Hey guys, how's it going? MC Fire back again with another live trading session with you guys. It's currently 6:06, February the 13th, and we're slightly under the weather. Up here in the Pacific Northwest has been considerably cold, so I'm not going to be doing this in the studio. I did want to do a live trading session with you guys though. Can't put the charts down, even though the wife was like, yeah, you definitely need to rest. So, but you know what they say, champions got to play even sick. So we're tapping in here with you guys. Um, just as a note, as put out per yesterday, selling a couple of shares in Palantir and BYD, ticker symbol BYDDF. So we'll bring that to the front of the classroom for you guys right now. Just kind of show you why and what's going on here. So as you can see here, BYDDF, absolutely nice parabolic move up to around the 3 ATR on the weekly. Once you make a parabolic move like that, you're definitely there's no harm in even taking some profits, taking some off the table, even if it continues to rip, which you could do. You don't have to take everything off the table. You could put a limit order, so if it pulls back, you already have confirmation that it is pulling back from highs, and taking that sell is advised. So if it continues, your order won't get filled, and you'll continue to make some decent profits, right? We put our limit a little high, but if you wanted to like be super safe, 44.86 is in case it fills a gap there to the downside. But even here, like, we took some off the table, and then it gapped again, like it gapped upwards, and you could have put the stop out below the gap. So if it's going to close the gap, you get to miss that. Now it might do some aftermarket pre-market shenanigans, which is fine. But it's doing that currently right now. So not aftermarket shenanigans. It's gapping right now. So we'll just let it do its thing, right? Now, what is doing pre-market and post-market shenanigans is KWEB. KWEB 34.41 to the upside was where we wanted to go ahead and roll that contract. Now, the only issue with that is it popped way above that 35.49 in this morning's pre-market trading, and it has since pulled back from that. So not too optimistic about that. What we'll probably do is we'll roll it here, or even just close out the position. I don't like to see stuff like that. There probably still is more room to the upside, so we probably will roll it. But the reality is it getting up well above our level and then selling off was pre-market is unfortunate. It happens a lot more times than you guys think, but it happening now is it is what it is. We'll also bring Palantir to the front of the classroom. So Palantir tapping, you got this kind of blowout candle here, and then there's an indication that, hey, a seller stepped in. Now we do have a limit here, so if it does continue, if these guys get off sides, which they are, this candle right here is offside. So it does have the potential to continue, but because Palantir has made such an amazing run to the upside, not looking to wait for it to pull back below 110. So our limit for selling is kind of high, for not selling all of it, but selling a good little chunk there at highs there. So we want to make sure to put that limit in and keep it there as it stands right now. You also have a couple other plays like COP, TSM. I'll bring TSM to the front of the classroom here in about 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. So COP, we did take some heat on COP, and earnings came in a little better than expected, but the play is still kind of in play there. Decided to kind of do a little rally there, and then is now selling off. So we'll see. It's still middle of the road for COP as of right now. I think it's continuing to sell off. Kind of had a little buy action post market yesterday, and that's selling off. So kind of hitting that pivot lows, but we're looking for a 96.41 before we try to take any action. But yeah, COP working out in our favor in the end. TSM, believe it or not, we do have a butterfly that's still present for TSM. Did get up there, but rejected right there at the base price of our butterfly. So it did end up filling that gap where we wanted it to, just a little too high on the wing there. So it is what it is there. But shout out to that. It's almost like we put that in and it reacted like resistance. It's just funny. That happens. If you've been in the market, you know what I'm talking about. Just your entry line and your buy zone is like the market's resistance. Just means you got played, and it is what it is. What else we got? So let's hop over real quick to the NQ and see where we're sitting in the market right now. Mine is going over to the Analyze tab. We actually might bring you guys the heat map. That could be cool. All right, so the NQ, come up here. We'll bring it to the front of the classroom here. We've got decent little pullback as of yesterday, but the market is loving this morning's shake up. So it's kind of pushing to the upside. You got a moving average cross on a 10-minute. So you're going green as of right now. Could be a good opportunity to make it take a VWAP buy. Kind of letting the charts tell you what it wants to do here. But on the 10-minute, you see here, went kind of negative and then fell through the floor there. So you just got to be kind of patient and cognizant of, hey, what is it going to do? And just be patient and take the plays that are good for you, right? You see this one over here, massive sell-off. You'd probably play a reversion to the mean. In NQ, as you see, all the massive selling, and then you get stacked candles right here. Also another hammer candle right here, getting off sides, taking that potentially back up to VWAP there. And that's a pretty sound trade that you could have took from yesterday. But you have to kind of be patient for stuff like that. It's not now this is even an after hour, so you couldn't even get into that. So being patient and waiting for your setup is ideal, and that's what we're going to try to do today. That's one of the reasons why day trading for us, we might, for day trading, might do some Forex or some Forex action, because you can pretty much trade like 24 hours a day. And after hours and pre-market action isn't necessarily, you're not hampered by that and really constrained by that kind of stuff, right? We'll go hop over to the good old friend RTY. All right, so good old RTY here. Kind of seeing it push a little bit to the upside in the morning. A lot better structure from what we like to see. Coming in here, setting in a nice little squeeze, and then expanding away from that pre-market. Pretty nice. And then, just kind of plugging away there. We don't have any levels printed out for. We don't really trade the RTY, but I just wanted to show you that the RTY is looking pretty good. So Russell looking pretty good. We'll go look at the Dow as well. Structure also pretty sound. They kind of correspond all together. So SPY, like 80% of all stocks are going to be going along with SPY most of the time. Doesn't always have to be that way, but most of the time it is going to be what the ES is doing. As you can see, ES structure overall is pushing just in pre-market. So we'll see if that continues to hold. Going into the open. Open's about 15 minutes. Now, what I will say though is, we're liking the fact that the market overall has not completely capitulated. Remember, we talked about the fail up And even though people are saying that, there's a recession, there's a recession, there's a recession, what people don't really realize is even in a recession, what is the recession being caused by? Is it because deflationary or is it inflationary? Um, and there is a difference, right? If you have a deflationary recession, that means that you've got a lot of waste sitting on the sidelines. Unemployment is extremely high. And you're getting boxed out from goods and services being provided to the marketplace, which means that the businesses are closing. Right? You're not really seeing that. You are seeing layoffs, but you're not seeing businesses close at an alarming rate. And with the advent of AI, you're actually seeing businesses become more productive. So deflationary isn't necessarily what's causing this. What is causing this recession, though, is the slowdown of goods and services being able to be circulated due to what I believe is a little bit of a credit crunch in a combination of price inflation, right? And so what I've been seeing and hearing from a lot of other content creators, as I watch some other, I'm on these YouTube streets a lot, is people are just, they don't have a lot of funds. They can't, take on an expense of that emergency expense of $1,000. We're talking about like 50% of America. Essentially, we're what do they call it? A paycheck to paycheck nation. And so what that means is a lot of our discretionary spending is augmented by credit. Well, if your credit cards are at a 30% interest, that's gonna hamper the growth a little bit. It's gonna hamper the dollars in circulation. So, I mean, if you're looking at it from that perspective, then yeah, you're gonna see a slowdown in spending, which a slowdown in spending is gonna be is going to show a slowdown in the economy. But that also means because we're more productive, people in their jobs, really, looking at the job number is going to be the most important factor. And I think that's what the Fed is kind of looking at. People are working. It's not like, you have unemployment at 40%. Unemployment numbers have actually gotten slightly worse, but they're not completely in the crapola. So it's just something to watch, really. But yeah, I believe it will fail upwards because the companies themselves are getting leaner and they're getting more productive while they're getting leaner with the advent of AI, believe it or not. Also with the mandate for a lot of people to go back to work, believe it or not, going back to work does increase synergy a little bit. But that all is dependent on the culture of whatever profession you have, right? And the job culture that was built for that individual company. So it just kind of depends. It doesn't always mean that every company is going to have increased energy. Some companies, that's a hindrance, right? As you go into the office, you're more likely to take maybe more coffee breaks or whatever. I don't know. But, that idea that it's going to cause more synergy, I do believe in that, but I also think that it's by case basis. You can't just broad sweep that. So that's my take on the economy. I believe it will fail upwards. I don't believe every sector will fail upwards, and that's kind of what we're watching. That's what I'm watching pretty aggressively, is which sectors are going to fail upwards. I've always thought that the technology sector, the Qs in particular, would fail upwards. If we go over here, I believe that the Qs would fail upwards typically during a recession or depression most of the time. Two things augment it. If you're looking at the underpinning currents of most recessions or depressions, is to get you out of that. There's really three things. I forgot one. Most of the time during a depression or recession, wealth inequality is at an all-time high. So, like under Roosevelt, there was the New Deal, and a lot of that New Deal was a lot of the social programs that you have today, as well as increased taxes on some subsectors of certain demographics versus others. That's one underpinning. The next thing is either war or some sort of upheaval, where you jumpstart economies and get people back to work and stuff like that, to support the war effort. And then the third underpinning of economic growth typically is wealth transfer from old systems to newer systems, and it really gets things moving. So an efficiency of systems, whether that's transition into steel, transition into steam, or transition into .com, whatever it is, it's as old systems and how they've expanded and been leveraged into kind of get disrupted, you start to see deflation into of that system, and inflation, or inflated capital flowing into the new systems, and that disrupts industries, right? If there was a new nuclear efficient and safe energy on the market today, then your oil industry would absolutely take a hit, and you'd see a lot of industries pivot. And that as that pivot happens, you're going to get some people that are early adopters, reaching for market cap, and you're going to get some people that are laggards because they can't get capital to make the transition, and it just disrupts a lot of supply chains and industries. So we need these dominoes to kind of fall, and then new dominoes to come back in kind of harmony for you not to even feel it. And that's the hard part about economies, is it's not just kind of one size fits all and everything's going to work out. Que sera, whatever will be. But I believe that the market does fail upwards overall, because why has and it's kind of almost self-fulfilling, right? If you're Mag 7, right? Your let's go look at it. Nvidia's and your Metas. I'm going to take a look at Meta here. Are failing upwards primarily. Like to the point, right? Why is your Meta's failing upwards? Why is your Nvidia's kind of failing upwards? They're clearly very, 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 very heavily valued. It's because these people have they're at the forefront of the servers and the AI, where the country is going, and the country's really kind of pouring into these companies because they see that as a way forward, right? So you see Meta here really ripping to the upside, and let's bring up XLF here, bring it to the front of the classroom. So I told you guys this setup was pretty insane, and we kind of broke XLF down. If you haven't seen the XLF videos, I definitely recommend you go watch that breakdown of the XLF trade here, where we're able to pretty confidently hold through this rip and almost nail close kind of at the top of this rip, partly induced because this setup candle was a broad sweep across the board of the entire XLF. So as long as you see like the XLF, the XLC, and the XLK all kind of ripping in unison, then I feel pretty confident that the market will continue to go to the upside. And you can see XLK is kind of middle of the road. It was already kind of a lot of pressure to the upside already in the XLK. So we'll go look at the XLC here. XLC also kind of at relative highs. So those three typically you're going to be your most three bullish subsets, your most three bullish ETFs. If you're long the market, you're not going to be able to be long the market long if one of these three is really kind of heavy or hawkish, so to speak. So these bad boys are definitely, kind of at all-time highs. So kind of be wary of that. There might be some pullback in the XLC, might be some pullback in the XLF, because it's at relative highs there. The XLK, since it pulled back a month ago, will or 3 weeks ago, I should say, because it did pull back, there is some room to grow. Now, when you consider that the XLK did pull back, we were kind of there for that pullback, and the whole market freaked out, partly because of one company kind of scared, kind of got everybody scared, and that's DeepSync. So you got DeepSync coming out and shaking things up. If DeepSeek comes out and shakes everything up, then yeah, but it hasn't. Some people say it's lived up to the hype. Some people say it hasn't. But one thing is apparent is that price to price, if you could do the same thing as ChatGPT for less the price, awesome. But if they're all on par, that's really disruptive, right? But the real question is the policies have something to do with that. There's already a fight on TikTok and stuff like that, and there's already a fight on other Chinese companies like stealing data and stuff like that. So you have to be fully aware of the big picture and not necessarily just take things in a box, right? This administration has clearly said that they're looking out for American companies, and how they go about doing that could be different than what people are assuming. So we'll bring to the front of the classroom some of the ones we had from yesterday. We had USO here for a buy above 77.49. So keep that in mind. You also have XOY. Yep, would love to see that trade above. It might actually be already above that. Yep, there it is. Yep, it is. So shout out to XOY. We might take the buy on XOY. Nice little setup there. Off that rotational level. So we definitely want to take that when we get an opportunity. And then you have the XLRE. Right, also looking for that potentially to the downside if we can get some selling pressure there. Yeah, down 41.44. No, might be there, might not be there. We'll see at the open. It's not showing it right now, but XLY will go ahead and show you how we jump into that here. Hopefully it pulls back to VWAP. That's a big, hope is not really a strategy over here, but we're gonna see if we can get it to pull back to VWAP there. It'd be really nice. Market opens in about 1 minute. 1 minute market opens. 1 minute market opens. Let's go look at the energy sector really quick. So yeah, the energy sector here, we're acting off this level, massive sell-off, going rotational here. So look for rotational plays in the XLRE. We did make pretty good profits on the XLRE trade, reversion to the mean deal here, and then it could have been another one. It was rotational. Seeing this candle right here gives you kind of heads up. Hey, nice risk to reward there. Take the sell as it breaks below the low of that, and then take it off on the first sign of danger or second sign of danger kind of deal. Let's go ahead and wait for the market over here, and we'll set up our trade here. Here we go. So there's the two cells. That's pretty sweet. Put a limit order there. I could say both got executed, which is pretty nice. You also have Palantir. Let's see. We're in Palantir. No, we want XLY, please. Thank you. So you got XLY. We'll do it like a couple weeks out, 3 weeks out, so to speak. 22 days essentially. And then we'll go look for a call. This will be. We'll buy the 53. And then we'll sell the, I'm looking at the delta here. Yeah, so not too bad there. XLY calls. We'll go ahead and take 2 of those puppies. And we'll go ahead and make a shake. Awesome. So both filled pretty immediately, which is good. And we'll go ahead and put our arrow, set our risk. All that good jazz, Yeah, kind of pulled back to VWAP there anyway, so that's pretty good. Kind of what we wanted it to do, and it did it. So we're going to go ahead and just execute that. Boom. Put a little green arrow. Make everything visually appealing for you guys. And this is one of the ones that we really kind of like because your risk is like a 1 bar. We're gonna give it a bend rule to that line. Kind of makes sense though. If it breaks below that, it's it's to the moon kind of deal. You're breaking support there, so we want to, if it stays above that, awesome. And where will we pull it off? Well, next sign of danger is probably at the top, so we'll go ahead and give ourselves an early warning right here, ideally. Hopefully that puppy gets going and really gets pushing there for XLY. But shout out to us for pulling the trigger on that, and we'll hope for the best. We'll see what happens. Back over to ES here. So ES is out of the gate. Nice volume push on the morning. The first 15 minutes are going to be, if you've ever watched the market in the morning, the first 15 minutes are going to be pretty violent there. But nice little open with a nice juicy push. So we'll let it slide out the first 15 minutes. We'll just kind of watch our sidebar here. We go ahead and pull this open, close this. You see the in plays reset every day. So if you guys have our you guys know how to get the in plays. If I've shared this with you, it's only been a few individuals that I have shared this with you guys. You know who you are. This does reset every day, and so putting your levels on there every day would be advised, right? So that's something to keep in mind. I just want to show that does reset. Your in plays do reset every day. Let's go look at Mr. KWEB here. Let's we have a position in Mr. KWEB. You can see, yeah, it's pushed a little bit away from our strong leg. We're just gonna let it do its thing. It did pull back, but ideally, right, we wanted to get it above this level. So it being at VWAP, we might go ahead and take that. Go ahead and take that roll there. We're gonna do that actually for Mr. KWEB. We'll go ahead and take that roll. It's at 39%. Ideally, we wanted it to. Okay, roll in order. There we go. So we want to keep the same expiration, which is 20 Feb, but 34 on the long side. So we'll put that you're buying 2 on the long side at 34. Right on the short side, let's say we wanted to keep it at around. We could do 37. Cool. Just keep it simple, and then just change back the if I can find it. Where is it? 28 February. It's not that hard. There we go. All right. Taking some off the table is not much, but it is what it is. It's the principle, really. Let's see if that gets filled. It's really the principle. As really at some point you kind of just stop, trading for your profits in your portfolio, and you just start trading off principle. And so it kind of hit where we wanted it to hit. It's pushing in the morning. We'll take what the market gives us. I might have to reinsert that, but as of right now, the momentum's to the upside. Off this nice juicy little push above VWAP. So we're not going to fight it. If it gets kind of below VWAP, we'll go ahead and reset that bad boy. Let's just watch it on KWEB, see if we can get filled on that. Yeah, this game is really about patience, guys. Patience, patience, patience. Your if then, just wait for what you need to see to have happen. And then once that kind of materializes, being able to say, okay, pull the trigger, and I've already thought through what could happen, the absolute worst that could happen. So planning for the worst and hoping for the best in this business is pretty much the name of the game. But that risk management is really going to set you apart. If you can plan for the worst, and then the worst happens, and you're already prepared for it, while a lot of people get deer in the headlights, you're you're ready to just take action and chalk it up to part of the game being the game, honestly. So keep that in mind. I'll put an alert here just in case it breaks below view out. So shout out to KWEB doing some push action here in the morning. We're not going to fight it. We'll let it do its thing. ES kind of pulling back a little bit in the morning. So massive volume in the first 15 minutes. That's why a lot of traders opt to not trade the first 15 minutes. Now, there is some traders that have mastered trading the first 15 minutes. One of the people I like to watch is Oliver Velez. For that, he pretty much made his living like trading the first 15 minutes of the market. And there's certain things you want to see in that, right? Certain it's pretty repeatable, I would say. I just we don't have the tools to be able to get in quick in and out like that, and so taking those kind of quick in and out trades that he takes in the first 15 minutes, you almost need that. Yeah, nice slap down from the ES, really punching to the downside here. So we'll see if we can get base. I don't, we'll just watch it here, but it got slapped pretty much down to VWAP on the ES there. Massive volume there, pretty insane. Could go full rotation down to 2 standard deviations. But first 15 minutes on ES has been sorry, I'll zoom out again there. Boom, zoom back in. Nice slap to the downside. So that's pretty insane. Now you could say, 10 minutes green. If you get a cross above this zone, where my cursor is at, it's a 60, 79 level. You could potentially take that, but you just be patient, let it walk itself down. Really massive volume here, stepping in. So you can let it continue to walk itself down. And you take that buy if it breaks above that, and then really push to the upside there. Looking at potentially taking it off at 60.88. See, nice hammer wick there, right there at view up. SPY is probably going to be doing the same thing. So let's do this. We can put an alert there. And what you could do is, you could create an alert if it crosses above, like let's say you don't want to miss it, and then go up here and queue in your order here. KWEB didn't get filled yet, so we'll see how that's going here in a second. But let's say, for example, you wanted to go ahead and take a, this deal, or maybe on the day here for SPY, instead of buying a call, let's say you wanted to sell a put kind of deal and buy against it. That could be a strategy. So we could say, for example, what price level would that be at? We could preset it for 604, right? Come in here and come look at your 604. Say, okay, 604, I want to sell against that, and then buy back the 604. Where the delta at? It's over here. It's 50. We could do 20, 50, 20. Yeah, do that and just kind of let it do its thing here. Just go back to the charts and have it waiting in the throws there. So if we get it, we just tell it to punch to the upside. And if it does, cool. If it doesn't, cool. right? You have the order queued up right there to see if it actually does that. Liking this, liking what we're seeing here. If this materializes, you got some orders building up in this nice little block of orders right here, working. And then if it fires off to the upside, that'll probably get us out a little high there. So we might end up pulling this puppy back in, but a little bit for KWEB there. But we want to see this go ahead and materialize to the upside here. Let's go look at energy, USO. Remember, we're looking potentially for energy to go ahead and cross that threshold to the upside. So it is testing this last pivot bottom. There is a gap here. Potentially see it close the gap. So you see here it gapped up. A couple of days later, it's closing that gap. Put in a new gap. Good. Look to close that gap back to the rotation. So if I was being a more aggressive day trader, right, seeing this could potentially be seeing where it last pivoted. If you've already set your what's it called, your order flow metrics, like your what is it here? Not your depth of market, but your I can't think of it. On Thinkorswim, it's called the monkey bars because they can't call it what it actually is. Because I think there's so SPY just hit above that, so we'll go ahead and take this boom. Not sure if we got filled. Yep, it did. There it is. Boom. So SPY triggered. We went on and took that trigger there, and then we'll go back to SPY SPY. Nice. I don't know. I think we got in, right above the break, so we'll see. I don't know how much it punched, but we'll see. Some green action going on there. And then obviously we kind of know where our stop is. If it goes below the low at 603. Nice. What we could do is just come in here and then find our actual, close this a little bit and close this, and then we'll go for, we'll just queue it up to prepare to close that vertical, and have it queued up at the bottom for when we want to close this puppy. Easy day, right? Just let it do its thing, right? We don't have to work too hard. Just let it do its thing, right? Just queue it up. If it hits alert, awesome. If it doesn't, awesome. Q's, kind of seeing where it is in tandem. Q's showing a little bit more relative strength. The wick wasn't as defined down here, and you get a nice doji play here, kind of crossing back above VWAP. So the massive selling here into VWAP, and then nice little buy at VWAP is good. See Tesla there. Go take a peek over there. Tesla there. Now, this we do like to see from our good friend Tesla, which is a trigger for us. So we'll bring that to the front of the classroom. We'll go ahead and get some Tesla action working. We're going to get a call vertical. We'll do buy. Good old Tesla. Also 50-20. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and I guess we're probably up there a little bit, so we'll put that in accordance to and boom. We'll go take a peek. We'll first let's set our stop loss and stuff like that, levels. So if it breaks below here, we'll go ahead and let Tesla go there. Might get rejected, so we'll just see. But I just want to keep, I'm trying to keep my risk to reward tight. My first sign of danger would be kind of up here, below there, kind of fair value. We could take a play at fair value. That's fine. You could say all the way up, but that's asking for a lot. Fair value is reasonable. Getting into the zone. Okay. So we'll go back to KWEB here. We'll go ahead and cancel replace. Actually, I think the working orders are up here. It went on and executed there. Gave up a lot more than we wanted, but sometimes you just gotta let this puppy play out. There's your KWEB roll. Not ideal. Ideally would have been where we wanted to roll it, like above that level. But it is a roller, so yeah, shout out to us. Okay, put that there. I probably won't respect that. I'll probably just let this play out the way we want it to, and where are we at? Right there, yeah. Let it do its thing up to that point. Kind of do a 1-to-1 for that roller. Come back over to SPY here. Yeah, just kind of playing around. We're gonna go to BYDDF ticker, and did pull back here quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and change our limit. I think that's the only thing that was not able to close. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull some off the table here. Yeah. Yeah, a nice pullback, but ideally we would like to get out of the high. Probably should have got pulled out a little bit yesterday. There was religious observance yesterday, so wouldn't have been able to. But yeah, profits are still profits. Bear with us through our technical difficulties here. It's really unfortunate. Unfortunate we can't get our lives together. Okay. So what I do, I like to denote it with the light green. Just lets us know we sold part of the position here. And so if you see our system, you can quickly see on the charts where our entries and exits are, right, in real time. You can see them, and because they're not really hidden, buying here, selling here, and it helps me because I'm a visual person to kind of know, are you getting in at the best spot? Is there a better, like, to help your strategy, right? Are you getting in? Do you want to set up to look for rotation or wait for confirmation, stuff like that? So because we're always a student of the game. And where you got in, where you got look at your risk to reward from here to here. Is that a good risk to reward? And then here, yep, that's pretty nice. Okay, and then on further, like we would like to get out right here, but you got caught in the sweep down. So it is what it is. Kind of upset though my chart didn't pull up. Yeah, so the ES SPY is looking a little heavy. Nice little push there. 10 minutes ago, but we'll see. It's back at VWAP. Let's see if this trade works itself out here. The name of the game really is just being patient. There's not really people try to make trading as like, oh, you got to get in and get out. Everything's about speed, and in some cases, yeah. I mean, if you're high frequency trading, then yes. But a lot of times, it's just being patient, waiting for your entries, triggers, or entries, indications, and signals. Like seeing this one, like if it crossed above this, if we had peeked it, we probably would have took that first, but we didn't. So would have increased our risk to reward a few points. That's another thing too. The fact that it broke above. We'll go over there and look at Carter. The fact that it broke above here and pulled back is pretty cool. But I'll let it just do its thing. So Carter did flash on our. I want to see why. Oh yeah, because this red one, because this being is rotational right now between here and here. I want to see it get out of that zone. So yes, it did cross above here. It's well outside the realm of the under 4 candles that we like. Ideally, like 2 is optimal. Kind of like this. You got green zone over here. And then it throws this red candle, and then nice little rip up, right, within 2 candles across above your trigger. Here, it's like 5, 6, 7, 8 candles. So if that's not really good edge for us. It is there, shout out to it, but looking for a little bit more edge than that. Right, we did it back here, even though earnings was in play, right? You had a nice little juicy candle right there across above, and then wham, right, massive. And we also had a butterfly on. Because seeing this tight candle gave us real confidence to put a butterfly on and a vertical. So we had a call, a vertical, and then we had a butterfly, and the butterfly got executed within the next few days, and then we kept the butterfly got executed in the next few days. And then this vertical we rolled, and then we rolled again, and then we ended up closing as a pullback. Shout out to us for that. We could have closed at the top there, but with a rip like that, you don't know how high is high. Kind of like with Palantir, you don't really know where the market wants to stop valuing something at. So it's kind of oh yeah. Speaking of which. What time that was? Trying to see. I want to actually, 6:30. Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and put it right at 6:30 for the good old Palantir. Opens here, close about 20. That way, let's get some accurate measuring. You can see, yeah, we just pulled it off at highs there, or relatively close to highs, and you really can't go wrong pulling it off at highs. You really can't. You feel good, you feel like a winner, and then if you're an emotional creature, that's half the battle. Uh, Being a winner is really what you want, but if you can be a winner and feel like one, you really want to take emotions out of it. But if you're gonna be emotional, it's good to have be positive. That's for sure. So it definitely feels good to go ahead and pull Palantir up. Let's go take a look at Tesla here. So Tesla is pulling back a little bit. Yeah, see, getting up above this level and getting rejected, kind of getting up, pushing up to it, and then slightly pulling back. Sometimes it's just good to wait, right? Just wait for it to come back to VWAP. It's like it's fair price. So being patient is good. But with Tesla, it's super volatile. You put your money out there, and what happens happens. It's not really done yet. So, and our stop is a lot lower than that. Essentially, from yesterday or 2 days ago, it's low. We got a lot of room to go. But yeah, we're looking for that play on Tesla there. Don't want to go to education. Thank you. Though I'm not going to be too much stickler on LSPY here. If it continues to push, it did pull back, started pushing. So we'll go ahead and once it hits our thing, we'll go ahead and pull it. That's about close enough, I guess. There's our ding. There's execution. Boom. So day trade complete. Not not too bad. Not too bad for 1 day's of work. Good practice, good execution, and pretty simple, pretty straightforward, honestly. Nice pullback. Got these guys set up a little bit. You're in an uptrend, so moving average stack positive. And then you just take the. You could have took this one ideally. We were looking at some other stuff, but this one was still in play as well. And then nice little break, retest, push there of these guys block. So they're going to get off their position, especially with the retest. But yeah, guys, thank you so very much. MC Fire here, tapping in with you guys. First hour of the day done, and a lot more to come. So, but I love trading with you guys in the morning, even though I am under the weather. And it was an honor and pleasure trading with you guys. So, you guys have a good day.